I'm gonna go ahead and kick things off, and then we can like get into some fishing activities in a minute. To those of you in the audience, thank you guys so much for joining. This is our official roundtable episode 7, the Guilds Roundtable, and I'm your host Jyrmz from RavenQuest.tools. I'm a co-founder and a vice leader in Explore Guild in RavenQuest. 64 shooting off some fireworks. Thank you, brother.
Of course, bro.
We have a lot of cool stuff to be talking about today. Some of our talking points include a little bit about Guild Wars. I want to talk about the ocean and some ocean improvements that we can do. Hammond or Shavir had some interesting thoughts around creating more of a DAO-like system in the land and asset ownership, as well as a fun idea for adventure boards. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We can also cover some random topics that the audience throws in or things that we want to discuss as we go. So with that being said, I'm just going to do a quick introduction for everybody who we have speaking on the stage right now. We have Mrs. Pham from the Pham Guild. Welcome. We have Valdiz, who is also a co-founder and leader of Explore Guild. We have Vitronics, one of the key members of GG. We have Elif, who is, are you the founder or co-founder of Lizard Labs?
No. I'm just a mod. Like Lizard Labs,
Just
a
a mod,
general,
okay.
Web3 project, and
Yeah.
this is like a very small sub-DAO, let's say, or whatever for RavenQuest Guild.
What about in the guild, in the RavenQuest Guild? Are you the leader? Are you vice leader?
In the
or...
guild, we're like 2 people. Like
Very cool.
Mindia created it, but yeah, we're both like equal,
Awesome.
let's say.
You're like you're like co-founder of the guild there. And we got 64, who is leader of OSG, and then we got Shavir, who is actually I don't know, Shavir, are you the co-founder of Golden Dawn?
Yeah, it's I created it, and then
Awesome.
I brought in another guy that I've been running guilds with before, Viking Prince. Maybe you've seen him in game. He's a real one. So it's me and him running the Golden Dawn. We're a little bit of a more casual, light RP guild. We're not really RP, but just a little bit sometimes.
That's awesome, man.
Is Golden Dawn Nemos? Is Nemos with you guys?
Yes,
yes. Oh, Golden
He's wonderful.
Nemos. Dude, you guys have an awesome group of people. I've been like recently locking in heavy with like Nemos and a few others. And dude, you guys really do. Shout out to Golden because you guys have a great group of people.
Yeah, Nemos is one of those persons. He just comes into the chat, you just instantly just bring joy. You just get happy every time you hear him.
He really is. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
So for those of you in the chat, oh, sorry, go ahead, Vitronics.
No, I just gonna say I've been swimming around and finally found some fish around Gilead. So
oh, sweet.
If you want to join me, there's a little
we'll try to group up in a second here.
That's cool.
Hacker, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited to have these 3 people specifically, Valdiz, Vitronics, and 64, best YouTubers in one voice call. Shout out to you guys. You guys creating awesome content for the community. You know, really incredible. So, thank you guys.
Yo, big up.
Yes.
Shout out 64.
So, really quickly, let's talk about Guild Wars. I mean, I think you guys already shared a little bit of your experience. I know things are a little bit rough for you guys over at OSG, and GG, Vitronics, how'd it go for you guys? I mean, I'm assuming the MMR hasn't really kicked in yet, but did you notice like a fair matchmaking, or was it pretty skewed still?
Oh yeah, well we had a crazy fight. We actually went into timer and we won by, at least our warband, we won by 55 points, and we came from the behind as well. So it was carnage. I think it was like, I mean, I'm probably gonna upload it to YouTube at some point, but it was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It was crazy. We went against TG, and I don't know whether that was the main or second team, but it was just crazy. It was just so emotional. Loads of shouting, loads of pushing each other, regrouping the middle to get the flag. It was great. I loved it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean the best fights are when you really have to like strategize and kick things into the next gear. Man, it's so rewarding. I'm happy to hear that you guys had like a really tough fight and that you came out on top. That's awesome. Valdiz, how did things go over on your end?
Man, I don't know how the algorithm is being handled, but we faced GXE for the, I don't know, third or but second time for sure.
Yeah.
It was more balanced than last time. They had a good amount of members and good amount of levels, but I think the expertise and the experience and the team handled it very well. So it was a smooth ride, but it was enjoyable. They put up a fair fight. There was capping, fighting. So it was the full experience.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and then I think you guys well, yeah, I say you guys, it's my guild too, but I wasn't there. But we had a second warband, right? And the second warband I think was up against GG. And how did that go?
Oh yeah, no, the second warband was actually against TGG.
Oh.
And I don't know how, but we had the MMR boost, like so the plus MMR, and kind of we got the weaker opponent, and they
Minus.
got the minus,
and they got
yeah. So
yeah,
still some
I
time.
think it'll take some time still, probably, right?
Yeah.
We
Well, that's
actually
interesting.
participated as well.
Oh, how did it go for you guys over at Fam Guild then?
So this was our first time as well. We competed against what's the name? Infinity 2. And we won. I don't know how it went because I wasn't level high enough to battle against them. But I heard it went well, and for the size or the map size was great for being able to battle 10 versus 10. So they had a good time. It was great.
That's
Congrats.
awesome. Congratulations to your guild.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
And what about you guys over at Golden Dawn? Have you participated in any guild wars yet? Were you in on this one?
Yeah, we've participated in the first one before the matchmaking. We basically met a bunch of people that were over level 70, and we don't have anyone being over 70. So yeah,
Oh, man.
we got like 200 points. So I was a slaughter, but it was pretty fun. Now we skipped the previous one, thinking that the matchmaking was going to be a bit more, gentle. But this time again, we faced people that were quite higher level. But
Yeah,
we did a lot better this time. We got like 600 points or something. But yeah.
I mean, that's great, man. I
The
think
matchmaking is
one of the
rough.
most important things is just getting the experience. I think over at Explore, one of the things that we really focused on was just figuring out our comms, figuring out our strategy, knowing that even if we lose, it's a learning moment. Like people who are running comms get to, improve on however they were doing that, or like if we have any strategy, it's fine tuning it and kind of building chemistry with the people that you're playing with. So I think even if you anticipate you're going to lose, it's good to get in there, let the MMR system drop you down a rank, and it's going to take time for that to settle in as well, right? I think probably we won't
Yeah.
see like quote unquote fair matches until maybe 2-3 weeks minimum from now.
It's a hard balance there, right? Because at one end you want it to be more fair, but you can't just make it like Rift and level sync everything, because then where's the sense of progression and difference, right? So
Right.
but I think a middle path could be found there probably.
Yeah, I mean, I think that with a lot of the new systems we'll see incoming, hopefully we'll get like a diversified group of experiences that guilds and groups of players can choose to participate in. Like maybe with Arena, we'll have something similar to Rift that's not balanced, and then with some sort of exhibition, or I think Niter a long time ago in one of the roundtables he teased this sort of like week or 2 week long experience on like a separate island that players could go to, and like everything would be balanced, and you could like gamble some gear or something, like you could put something up for grabs if you die. And I don't know, I think there's like the team has a good idea of how to build out a lot of new stuff. So I'm personally pretty excited for, whatever new experiences they build out that are gonna help, players enjoy whatever it is that they want to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one thing that would be interesting, if you look at the levels, like the total level of everyone, like there's 10 people, right? And then you add everyone's level together, and what's the maximum level, and what is the total level of everyone? And then you basically, balance the matches about the total level being somewhat close. I think that would be a good way to balance it somewhat.
This could be abused though a bit.
Yeah, I hate to say that I disagree actually,
You'd have to
because
lock it in.
like for example, my friend, my buddy Kiaj, actually, he is, I don't know, like 5 levels below me. I've even see like there's a member of GG, I think his name is Truma Jr., and like he was effective level 61. This fight is like burned into my head because it was just so crazy to me. But it was like me and my buddy, we're both effective level 70 or higher at the time, and he was like 1v2ing us as a effective level 60. And I looked at him on the attack power, defense power leaderboard, and he was like number 20 on the leaderboard for attack power and defense power. So I think levels is something to consider, but it's not the end all be all for, strength and like actual power and skill. Like if you
You
get
have
what
to
I'm saying.
take total skill point involved too, because if you level up all your things to 50, you get 7 points, right? So that's a lot of inactive points that you get. So if you take the total level of everyone into consideration and the total skill points sort of thing into consideration, then all you have left to consider is, I guess card rarity and gear, but uh, I think that's enough to create some sort of semblance of, where
Yeah.
people should start at least.
Yeah, I wonder if some of these things are being considered in the MMR system in the background that we just don't see, or if it's just purely like, some sort of. I mean, I think Niter did say that everyone would have a personal MMR, and I think your performance in the Guild War does start to affect your personal MMR. At least that's the intention. So maybe when we summarize all the feedback at the end of this, I'll include a point that talks about, possible adjustment to the MMR system and, taking into consideration attack power, defense power, even card rarity to some degree. I think the deeper the MMR system goes is definitely better and preferable. So it's a good point for sure.
I just been hearing good things though from everyone. Like even though we lost or whatever, it's still just everyone thought it was really funny, and there was a lot of team play that could be done and stuff. And yeah, everyone thinks it's really funny. So it's
That's
a
awesome.
fun thing.
Yep. So I want to move forward onto the next point. This is something that I think Valdiz has actually been bringing up or brought up in like some personal talks, and something that I think is interesting to discuss with everyone here is transparency on the like marketplace side. Hey, Valdiz made it. What's up? Welcome to the fishing gang.
Happy
We
to
are
discuss this topic
still.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's see. I'm looking. Lizard, Elif, are you good over there?
Yeah, I said I have a pool here alone, so when you guys are done there, you can.
Ah, perfect.
come.
Okay, and then Mrs. Pham, how are you doing over there? Where are you at? Can I come
Oh,
pick you
I'm
up?
in
Can I?
Yeah,
What?
Sajeko.
You're in Sajeko, or are you just on land right now?
No, I'm in Sajeko. I'm near Captain Barbos. Barbos.
Are you on the north side then? If you get to
Probably on
the
the
teleport,
north
you can
side.
teleport to Elsnout. That's close to where me and Lizard is.
She might not have it unlocked because I think it's locked behind a journal, right?
So I'm near the high jungles.
I
Mr.
have
Jekyll?
a pool here too. You can just come where I am, and then we can meet.
Yeah, do you have Oh, I'm gonna lose this fish. It's very hard to multitask. I think I
Thanks
can
for
come
reminding
grab
me.
you.
At least you're not
Okay.
getting your ass kicked by a pirate frigate.
Can
No
you
problem.
send an invite, Jyrmz?
Yeah. Let me. Are we full? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I
No,
got you.
we're not full. Yeah. Yo, that ship looks so good, Jyrmz. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thank
It
you.
looks
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
good.
Was hard fought for this one.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
really
no, I
happy
can
how it looks.
imagine. Yeah, it really does. It looks so good.
All right, you guys hang out there. I'm gonna go do like a little pickup. So, Mrs. Fam, you got to switch over to us. You are not in our server, I don't think.
Yeah, it says
So,
I cannot in this area.
I think
Do I have to
it's
go more
probably
inland?
north.
Maybe.
Go back to the portal if you can. Either like
Okay.
TP back to RavenQuest, or just go
Here,
back
I'll
to
do
whatever
that
portal you're
actually.
closest
Yeah, I'll
to.
go to RavenQuest.
Okay, perfect.
You can do it by just standing on a teleportation circle. You don't need to go back.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ideally, you
I'm
want to use
gonna.
the teleport instead of using the money for it as well.
I'm in RavenQuest now.
Perfect. So yeah, anywhere in RavenQuest, just hit N for me, and then go to party, and then you should see like if you hover over any one of our names in the party, you can switch to our channel with the arrows. You see the option with the arrows?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
changing
okay,
in
perfect.
instance
You're in
now.
the channel. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna come to Sajako then. So just TP to Sajako and start running southwest.
Okay.
I'm assuming you don't have the southwest portal unlocked yet, so I'll come grab you and
Probably not.
we can boat out together. All
Mhm.
right, so yeah, we want to talk about transparency. I think it's an interesting topic. You know, not going to share my personal opinion just yet, but yeah, something that we've been discussing is transparency of the merchant influence pool. I've seen people talking about this in the Discord, and transparency of the currency market to see how much silver and quest volume is being moved around, maybe even certificates. I haven't, really thought through what else could be shown, but I'm sure there's a lot of like money moving activities in the game that people would like to see the volume for. So, Valdiz, I'm gonna throw this over to you and ask you, do you think that silver and quest volume should be transparent, and why?
Yeah, so my initial concern or like general idea bringing up this topic, right? Because we're combining a fixed amount of supply with an infinite amount of supply, basically. And because Quest is a blockchain element, right? It's on the blockchain. It should not have this, let's say, loophole that may raise concerns, of suspicious activity. So I'm not pointing fingers to anyone or anything. I would just like the team to provide us more transparency so that, if someone would want to check what's going on, he can feel freely. It's like just the nature of the blockchain.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think in most I mean, in all things blockchain, you always have transparency to see transactions. So I think it makes sense in the industry that we're in. Um, I think it's good also to be able to see like activity, right? When it kind of helps you make strategic decisions, maybe, if you can see when a lot of quest is being moved or a lot of silver is being moved around. Do you think that we should be able to see exactly who's doing it as well? Like, do we see, wallet number, transaction hash, in-game name, or is it just like transaction one, 5 million silver into quest at this time of day? And like we have summaries. What level of detail are you hoping that we could get like more transparency on these transactions?
Well, if you ask me on the implementation side, well, they have all these informations already in house, so the ledger is being kept on there, and otherwise, how would you know? But I think for the general public, I think it should be enough, like blurred out, let's say, names or blurred out couple letters of I don't know, email or wallet addresses, and then we don't need to know the exact, like credentials, but we can see if, that user ABC has some suspicious activity on chain and off chain, right, as well. Because, like let's imagine a situation like really, really, an extreme one, someone with infinite amount of silver is, doing some suspicious activity, like, but I don't want to steer into that direction.
Sure. No, I mean, I think it's, whether it's for suspicious activity or just like, confidence and what's being moved to the market, or I think there's a lot of reasons why we would want to see positive and negative for, what's being moved around. So I think
On,
it's a good
on
point,
that end,
and I'd love to
uh,
hear some other speakers' thoughts. So yeah, Shavir, if
um,
you want to jump in.
Nemos from our guild did point something out that every time that there's like a downtime when people aren't trading, the price seems to stabilize back to 20, 20K per quest. I don't know if there's anything to that, if it's the devs doing something there or not, or if this is conspiracy theory sort of level. But it was something that someone pointed out that sort of is in line with what you guys were talking about. Has anyone else experienced anything like that or noticed that?
Well, I've sold 1,500 quests today, and I think the buy price was 20,000, and sell price was 20,001, and I insta got 30 mil like within 15 seconds, and the price remained the same.
Yeah, you can't really see the fluctuations that goes up and down, which normally you can see that on a stock market thing, right? But here you can't see that. It's a bit
I
scuffy.
think Niter he has been talking about introducing a system that, like, I don't remember, like, I don't want to botch anything, he was talking about introducing a system where you could just get your silver instantly or get your quest instantly, like creating some sort of liquidity pool, I guess,
Instant.
that's always, always has some cash at a certain area or certain demand level, certain price point, I guess. And so maybe something like this is being introduced already on the back end, and like maybe they just didn't like fully disclose how it's working. But it's a good point. This is a, these are why I think the roundtables are important, so we can discuss and kind of bring to light some things that are confusing in the game and players would like to have more clarity on. So, for those of you who don't know, I am going to be consolidating and summarizing all of our key discussion points from today into like a major feedback forum post in the RavenQuest Discord in the feedback forum. So feel free to share anything and share your thoughts today, and you can see it in there and discuss in there as well at the end of the roundtable. I'm gonna take a second to look through the chat really quick.
You
Mrs.
guys
Fan, we
help
just
me.
want
I'm
to
gonna
keep
die.
heading south.
Okay.
Yeah, Quest Silver liquidity pool when team's idea. The new design will be, what is this that 3Von is suggesting here? Hi, Nova, welcome in, bro. I see you hanging out with us here.
Yo, shout out Nova. Absolutely the GOAT, bro. Nova does so much for people on the backside of things and just helps so many people. I just want to shout out Nova. Laughing Coffin's the shit as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nova's great. He's actually a contributor for us over at RavenQuest.tools, always helping, provide feedback. He actually helped provide some agenda work for the previous roundtable, and yeah, he's been awesome and a growing content creator himself. So very excited to have him, helping us out and on board.
Yeah, he's a great creator, honestly.
What were you talking about here, 3Von? I can't figure out what Quest IMX or Quest USDC would be a good implementation. Do you know what he's talking about there, Valdiz?
I
Market
don't
board.
think that it is referred to the actual liquidity pool. Maybe how I interpret it.
Okay. To specify what I noticed, while servers are busy, 17K-ish silver per quest. 20 minutes later, if server goes quiet, then all of a sudden it's back up to 20K. mean, I wonder. So
Okay, so
if
you also noticed that up to 20K
yeah,
back up again. Maybe they just have a pool of quests that they use to, you know, stabilize the market in whatever
wait,
way that
Mrs.
they want.
Fam, we gotta go. I zoned out and I just kept running south.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious if silver's going down, then that means that more people are trying to get. I don't know why my brain can't math this right now. More people are trying to get quest. Like more people have, no, less people have silver, right? And more people have quest. So when people are playing, they're spending their silver and they're trying to get silver. So so I think it makes sense. Like if the game is going quiet and there's less players, right? There's more people like there's less silver, which is the in-game, you know, supply being put on the market. And then when the game is active and there's a lot of players playing, you have a lot of people needing silver, and so the price of silver goes down compared to quest. I think it makes sense. But yeah, I mean,
There's a trend though. In the beginning of the week after reset, the price is always at its like lowest, and then at the end of the week, it's always at its highest, and it seems to follow that trend.
everybody. Did we pass you guys? I see 64 on my map, but maybe he's not actually here. Just like an invisible.
Me, Shav, Lizard, and Vitronics are just roaming.
Are you
See what
guys right
I
now
told
to
them
the
to find
east
you,
of
but
the?
because I'm out of the party.
So there's
Vitronics
Yeah,
are there in
Jyrmz.
this
it
case.
gave us a ghost.
Just
We have a ghost
didn't
marker of
open.
64
here's
on the map.
Nova. Nova's with us now as well.
Okay, perfect.
We're
We're
just above
coming.
Gilead.
Okay, yeah, I think I see you guys. We're coming. Okay, so does anyone else have any thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Transparency. Do you have some more opinions? Yeah, please.
So about the token, this is mostly about the on-chain token, because as I said, like we are in many games and not really playing. Like RavenQuest, the only one that we're playing, but we are invested in many others, and and Quest is doing a bit too well, in my opinion. I know there are many buybacks, not by many ways to burn Quest, so that's good. But I don't know. It seems to me like maybe the team is supporting it, which is a good thing. But IMX is really hard to read and to know who does that. It's not even on deck screener. But yeah, I don't know. But it just seems that it's doing a bit too well.
Sorry. Could you like repeat basically like you're saying the token is doing too well? What?
Yeah, like
game.
the token, like the Quest token, it doesn't have as many fluctuations as other tokens, and especially gaming tokens, they dump a lot, and it seems to be doing a bit too well. I don't know if they're like buybacks from the team to stabilize it, which is not a bad thing, but yeah, I haven't heard about it, like the on-chain token.
So would you like maybe some more clarity about the
Yeah,
tokenomics,
like
what's going on in the background, maybe?
yeah, if it's all the community who are just buying for like it says, or if is there like a support from the team?
They
Yeah, it's a
likely
good
have
point.
open buy orders. Like if buy orders, maybe infinite, I don't know. But they have buy orders likely at a certain price. And then they buy them up and then they, ensure that the market stays within certain levels to keep the
Wait, I'm
game
being
alive.
attacked.
Oh, where are you?
Shit.
There's a pirate on
Uh-oh.
me.
Ah,
Northeast.
help, help, help.
Yeah, the market board needs a overhaul. It's
Thank
like
you.
just take inspiration from the normal stock market. Like just make it like that ish, and that's fine. Like the system they have now is not good enough.
Yeah.
Right, if I can just say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Vitronics, of course.
Yeah, so you need to understand that since RavenDawn and like back in the days over a year and a half ago now, we still don't know what are the drop rates for all the creature products. And you want the transparency on the blockchain, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little bit different. You know, I honestly like I would maybe lightly disagree that like we should have that information because like I think most games don't always reveal like drop rates of certain things. Like I think that's part of the fun as a community. You sort of have to like build out your own uh you know guesstimate as to like what the drop rates are. But I don't know. It's just my opinion, I guess. Does anyone else like? So are you Vitronics? Let me just clarify and make sure you are saying like you think creature product drop rate should be transparent, or like maybe just more things in general in the game that the community has been asking for transparency for have not been added.
Yeah, you see what you said there is exactly what I meant. It's something that community has been asking for a very long time, and as much as you say, and I agree that it is part of the game. I also would like to know what is the actual drop rate of the, for example, trophies. And then you know that is yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of will be interesting to know. I know people figure it out for or like RavenDawn. We think it's 1 in 50,000 for a trophy. So yeah, people will create things like that. But other drops as well will be good to know. Like other things they can get, and especially now that we have it all split um between different qualities, it will be nice to know what we can expect and what is the rule, because some people already noticed that previously when you were fighting a creature that was orange, which was 5 levels above you, you'll get more exp, but now it seems that when you fight a creature that is those 5 or at least a few levels above you, it'll bear greater loot as well. So it will be nice to those things being transparent. I have quite a lot of people coming in the chat asking me, things that I know, but these are the things that should be more transparent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. I gotta say, like, I'm interested to hear exactly what people would want transparency on. I do agree that like some
Yeah.
things maybe like I like what you're touching on with the the level of the mob, or like how much XP gets reduced when you're in a group of two, right? Like if I'm fighting solo, I'm getting 100% XP. If I'm fighting in a group of two, is it 20% reduction per person, or what's the deal there? I think some things like that might be nice to see compared to like creature product drop rate. I don't know that I personally agree should be transparent. But again, like I think what you should do is when we build out the forum for today's roundtable, maybe go in there and produce some talking points for the community to upvote and downvote on what they would like some more transparency on, and then we could see like you know what people agree with and disagree with, and then the team can have a better idea of how to handle that.
I mean, it will be nice to see, like on the other side of things, that we will have AMA, another AMA. I think it will be nice to see something like that, because um, when a game was at its full force developing, we had quite often AMA. So it will be nice to just get one in like now. I mean, it's been that game has been out for 2.5 months now. It'll be nice to hear someone talk about it other than us with some like solid info, not just an assumption or what we would like to see and have.
Yeah, I think the community is probably very probably itching for another 3 hour or 4 hour night or AMA for sure. So we'll definitely I'll run it by them, and hopefully we can get one soon.
But really, it's been a while, so we are ready for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I
For sure.
recognize that
I think it'd be
voice.
great. This
You're the
voice
guy
here.
that makes the guide. Yeah, he's the one that's making those guides. The best,
Yeah, this is the guy,
best,
bro. The
the best
best.
cosmetics and shit.
That's right. He just did the Dark Knight one. Oh man.
Nice. Yeah,
Valdiz, can you like produce
I
some
love your videos.
autographs for us and like ship them out? I mean,
Sending a
please.
POAP right now.
It's true. Hey guys, if you haven't checked out Valdiz's channel, make sure to look him up. He just put out a nice guide on how to play Dark Knight and has some other awesome guides about the game. So definitely check it out if you're new to the game or wanting to improve your Rift gameplay for sure.
Big ups,
Yeah, his
appreciate
Dark
you all.
Knight guide is really good, actually. Like it helped a lot.
Yeah, I think it might be too good because I fought somebody from our own guild today, and they were playing Dark Knight, and I I had a pretty tough time. Like, I like to think that I'm pretty good in the rifts, and I'm pretty used to fighting Dark Knights, but like, I don't know, this guy was quite the tank, and almost gave me a run for my money. But I was like, I
I,
think
I-
this guy probably watched Valdiz's video and now is crushing me.
I was
I've been
confused
losing
when
a
you were
lot.
Nycoin.
I've been
What
losing a
happened?
lot since the video came out too.
Yeah,
I
thanks a
thought you
lot,
were
bro.
Nycoin for a moment. I'm sorry. Are you German, Valdiz?
Actually, Serbian Hungarian.
Serbian. Shit. Sounded German.
Let me see, Nemos, to add what y'all saying about transparency, I'd love if it didn't have to go through my game's log file to see attack aggro difference over the course of the day. Like, just give some stat history, please. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
Privacy issue, probably.
Like,
He's referring to.
like stat history, like damage that you've taken and damage that you're dealing, something like this. Speaking of which, I do want to quickly bring back up, we need a testing dummy. That would be so cool. With something we were talking about last week, I would really love to
Yeah,
see it introduced.
100%.
Like, just to practice your builds and stuff, man. That'd be so sick.
We get some DPS meters.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, like a training ground.
Recount.
I need this shark to die.
God,
I can't hit it with my thing. Let me see if I can slow it
Are
down.
you dying?
I might be dead. No, I'm not actually gonna die. We got this. Doesn't stand a chance. All right. We are actually running out of time. We've only really talked about like one or two things, which is so funny to me. The time has really slipped away. And unfortunately, I personally have a hard stop around like 6:05 is about the latest I can push it. So I think we got time for one more major topic that we can crank through really quickly. I really wanted to talk about the ocean with you guys. I had some fun ideas for the ocean and enhancing the ocean experience because I think with the nerfs on fishing and trade packing, there's not as many people in the ocean lately. But I'll just, I guess, shout it out. Like, there is a forum that I've been discussing in. I'm just gonna share it here. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's called, very unfortunately, it is named "The Sea is Dead." It's not a forum that I started, but I, funny enough, like, had just made another post about improvements to the sea, and then I saw this one, and we've been getting some nice conversation about the ocean. So if anybody has like thoughts, opinions about how to improve the ocean or what you'd like to see be added to the ocean, we did have some good discussion in this forum. So please go in there, upvote, downvote, whatever you want, and add in your own comments. Would love to, have some more discussion around the ocean and maybe see, some really fun updates to the ocean in the future. But just kind of like a personal thing for me. Guess you could say I'm pushing my own agenda there, but I guess with that being said and that being shared, we can move on to like our final topic of the day, which shark is attacking me, which
They love you.
Shavir has brought up, which
Ooh.
is the DAO-like system as well as the adventure board system. What would you like to dive into first, Shavir, if you don't mind my asking?
Right. Well, guess be the adventure board thing, because that's
Yeah?
a thing that's pretty close to my heart.
Yeah, please.
So
So tell us
currently,
about it.
yeah, currently the adventure boards is the motions you go through is you do your adventure boards and then you get all the buffs and then you burn those buffs down as much as you can during one day. If you don't have a job or you put a lot of money into the game or you have a lot of I don't know, very strong people supporting you, then that may not be super hard in terms of like getting the crafting done or having the knowledge and the know-how of exactly what mobs to farm. But for the average player that don't always know exactly what mob to farm, have the greatest gear, and also trying to do other stuff at the same time. When you go past, you don't always re-roll your adventure board to get the best one, like the Ranger Company quests, because you're trying to do things at the same time, right? Then clearing those buffs can take like hours, and it's not a good feeling when you go to bed and you have buffs that are like not cleared. They're not done. You just feel like incomplete and just it's not so much fear of the missing out of just it's just a bad feeling. And a lot of people get sort of a bit stressed out by that because they're putting that pressure onto themselves to want to clear them. Because that's very natural. We see that in World of Warcraft with how they do like their dailies and stuff. Because you don't feel that pressure when there's like the culling ice, but you miss out on that. Every culling ice you don't do, you're missing out on shit, right? But for some reason, people feel this pressure, this sort of stress from the adventure boards buffs, and I think that it's very easily fixed because all you have to do is just make them reset weekly instead of daily. It's really easy, really.
So
And
let me
then they can go
clarify.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please continue. Sorry.
No. So when the daily reset is, then they then they go away like normally. But when you get them back, say you had like 20k left of crafting XP because you couldn't get the money, then when the daily reset is, okay, now your shit is gone. But when you
No.
get it
Stop!
back,
Don't kill him! Don't kill Vitronics! What are you guys doing?
yeah,
No.
yeah,
Sorry.
when you get the buffs back,
Bro, he's 1 HP. Okay, yeah, when
dude,
you get
that's
the
so
buffs back the
close.
next day.
Holy fuck!
Oh my
Damn.
god.
They almost kill him. Yeah, but when you get the buffs back, then you get like the 40k or whatever you get in the crafting buff plus the 20k. So it sort of tracks that, and
Got it.
that gives you the freedom to do the kind of content that you want when you want. And that also opens up for people doing guild activities and stuff because it's so often that people just have a little bit of time to allocate to the game because people have jobs and shit. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I would love to do this thing, fishing event or whatever, but I don't have time. I
Do
need
you
to do
think we
this. I
could
need
do
to do
this with
that.
like a diminishing return sort of thing? Because what I think it's
However,
kind of what
needs to
what
be
it
done.
makes me think of is like somewhat of a catch-up mechanic for people who aren't like the sweats of the game and can play 24/7, right? So, I mean, even for me, I have like 3 jobs basically and I can't finish my adventuring spirit every day. I would love to have it carry over and like be able to go crazy on a Sunday and just do like 2 million experience worth of mob hunting, but I almost feel
Yeah.
like it could be a little bit abusable. So I wonder if maybe, while I love
Well,
the idea, if we could do like a 50% reduction. So let's say you had 100k left of adventuring spirit at the end of the day, you only had 50k carry over to the next day. Do you feel like that would still be an effective use of like the system?
anything that makes people be able to go to bed at night and be like, okay, it's fine. I can do it later when I have time. That you have that freedom of playing how you want when you want, but there's still being that consequence of, okay, the the week is over. If you haven't pushed up everything, yep, you got fucking 600k of XP to farm through now, which you can do pretty fast. But if you're party all weekend, then it is what it is. You still have that consequence because it still resets weekly, right? But you can push it up and do it when you want to. I think that's very important because there is a lot of drop off, and people think that the game is kind of stressful. Some of them, I don't think it's really stressful. You just need to be mindful of like how you play it, because
Let's head
this
out,
game
guys.
will burn
Actually,
you out if you let it.
after Vitronics is finished healing, let's go to the warehouse and because we got to wrap up the table here. What do you guys think of this idea proposed here by Shavir? Do we agree with, having the buffs from the previous day carry over to some degree to allow like maybe better usage of guild events and, just making people feel better about, oh shit, I went to bed and I lost like 500k adventuring spirit because I was just so tired, right? Any
Yeah,
thoughts on this?
I'd love if it carried over. You know what I mean? I do my adventure board sometimes. It'd be like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and then like, you know what I
Wait,
mean?
we're missing Vitronics. Hold on. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
sure.
like you literally don't even have time, right? Like you're 5 a.m. and you have
if
3
it
hours left.
carrying
You're like,
over,
oh shit.
Life
even if there was like a
happens.
small time window where like, you know what I mean, for like X amount of time, like 24-hour period, you know what I mean, like it would carry over, like something would, I definitely would love that.
Vitronics, are you at the warehouse already, or?
I don't want to be held hostage anymore.
Oh, okay. All right, do your thing, bro.
Dude, you
Yeah.
opened up fire on me as soon as I came. What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
Fire.
I
well,
do it too.
that was fun. Man, I really was hoping we could run a trade pack. I was excited, and I wanted to have more time. I
You have
think if
money
we
to
had
run
more
trade
time, I would.
packs. Wow.
Oh yeah, I have. Oh man, I have so many materials. It is nuts, bro. I have been stacking materials. Like I have thousands of feathers and all this crazy stuff. Anyways,
Something we need to touch on sometime is like the guild system.
No.
Like, what's up with us not having a
yeah,
guild
definitely.
bank? Huh?
I know,
What
man. Yeah,
the fuck?
we need the guild bank. There's so much stuff. I mean,
So badly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's awesome, honestly, to hear that because like it sounds like everyone's very passionate about the game and
Mm.
getting some improvements and stuff, like new ideas and new systems in place because it shows that we care about the game and have passion for it. So it's always a good sign. We'll definitely, we'll have to bring you back on for another talk, Shavir, because I know there was a lot that you shared with me over DM that you wanted to talk about. So we'll definitely touch on some other points in the next one.
Yeah, I've been talking to some other guilds and people and stuff. We've been collecting quite a lot of information about people, such things as like shared ownership, because like guilds, right? So like a shared wallet support system for the guilds, or like the guild housing, something like that. And I don't know, a bunch of other shit. I haven't really been able to collect all of it, but yeah, people have a lot of feedback for the game that's very constructive, and people love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna say two things quickly. I do have to wrap up here in a minute, but I'm gonna take a second to read the chat. Like I said, I'm gonna remind the chat one more time. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will be summarizing everything all the way, like everything that was spoken about on stage, as well as your comments. I'm gonna be copying and pasting basically everything that people said in the comments today in the chat. We will be creating a forum post in the Discord that summarizes like all of our feedback from the roundtable today. So please hit me with all the feedback you have, like anything that you want to see in the game. Feel free to hit it up in the chat right now, and I will be copying the chat right now to build out that forum post later. Anyways, last, I guess, minute here. I want to ask you, Mrs. Pham, as a new player, do you have any questions for us seasoned veterans over here in RavenQuest? That anything you need advice on, or like, hey, what should I be focusing on right now as level 25, or do you want us to just hit you with a random pro tip?
Hit me with a random pro tip.
Great.
Because I know that I have to do like the dailies, right? Like that's something that I should do every time I
Right,
log into
because
the game.
you can choose when you're gonna do it, so
Mhm.
you feel that pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but go ahead.
definitely.
I'll like some pro tips.
Definitely running your dailies, like always get that done first thing of the day. Like check your dailies. That should be the first thing you do when you log in, because it could very well align with like something you want to do in the game that day. If you're pushing a profession and you're
Mhm.
planning on crafting, you might
Mhm.
have crafting. Like something that I make a mistake on is I'll go log in and I'll go right to my farm. I'll collect all of my farms, and then I'll look at my adventure board and it'll be like, do 30 farming activities, and I'm like, I just did my whole farm and I didn't accept the effing quest. So always check your adventure board first thing is definitely important. And my personal pro tip that I have for like all beginner players is look at the journals. The journals are critical to like unlocking a lot of really important things in the game, and something that I kind of neglected early on was the journals. So definitely press J and look at the journals and kind of complete them one by one as you can. a lot of times when you're going down the quest line, there's journal items that you can be completing or kind of taking a mental note of at the same time, or like even some stuff you need to buy off the market. So just keep your eyes peeled for like all of the journal items and
What does
definitely
that
try to
do?
complete
What does
those.
that give you?
So like if you look, for example, when you press J,
Mhm.
there's like a bunch of rewards. So
Okay.
if you look at Sajeko Island after pressing J, you can see the first 10 what are these called? Lost shipments that you get. They
Uh-huh.
unlock access to the southern dock of Sajeko,
Oh,
which
okay,
is
okay,
something
okay.
that like we were, it was like, hey, Mrs. Pham, can you meet us at the southern dock of Sajeko? And you're like, you don't have it unlocked yet.
Probably
So
not. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a lot of quality of life stuff in here, as well as like if you complete the Hatterack Desert journals, which I haven't done a single one, there's a secret door that you get access to, and it gets you access to like runes and extra
Yeah.
gear.
The runes are essential. The runes are one of the biggest parts, you know what I mean? I have plus 10, like the might runes, you know what I mean? Plus 9 might on each piece of gear, plus 10 attack power on your weapon, things like that. The runes definitely make a difference. And the cosmetic. There's a lot. The journal unlocks, like, not even just the teleport, but like he said, like the runes, cosmetics. There's so much more to the journal than I think a lot of people realize.
This is quite the duel going on over here. Holy smokes. Whoa, I mean, jeez.
Dude, I've been
Dude,
Full
what
watching
the?
battle.
you were
I've been having
talking.
so
That was
low
Wow.
such
mana
an
the
epic
entire
fight.
Nico
time.
NFT, shout out. Let's go.
What
That was
the?
such an epic fight. You two, that was
Nice,
actually
nice, nice.
like an epic battle, bro.
It's not bad for level 53 versus 59, though. I'd say
That was great. I mean, it looked like a
it
pretty
was
fair
fun.
fight to me.
It
Like,
was fun. Yeah, it was
yeah,
fun.
that was awesome. All right, guys. Well, I do got to run. I wish I didn't have to, but it was an absolute pleasure talking to everyone here. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the stage. I'm sorry that we couldn't really get around to like everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm sure you guys had more that you wanted to discuss, but like I said, it will be creating a forum post, so feel free to like add extra feedback there once it's up, and we'll be closing this out just by reminding everyone that this is Jyrmz. I am co-founder of RavenQuest.tools. We're the hosts of this roundtable. We'll be having them every week, Saturday, 5 p.m. If you are a guild leader or just, a vice leader, or even just a moderator of your guild, or you want to come talk on our stage, please let me know. DM me or DM Foolish, who's running our RavenQuest.tools account. Our website is RavenQuest.tools. We have the best trade pack calculator that exists in this game. It's gonna put it out like that. And we have an interactive map that's also out now, which we're currently filling up with tons of dynamic events. So if you want to do some dynamic event hunting, definitely check out our interactive map that we just pushed to the website. We have a ton of updates that we want to push, like crafting calculator and archetype, like build planner that you can share with other people. It's a ton of stuff that we want to build on our end, and we've been a little bit behind lately, but we're doing our best to provide for you guys what we can. If you ever have feedback for us over at RavenQuest.tools, any ideas, please let us know, and we will, do our best to include it in the roadmap. With that being said, I think that's everything. I will be doing as well. Sorry, I know I'm kind of cramming everything in here at the last second, but I'm going to be doing a small giveaway as well to a random person who provides some feedback in our forum post that we put up for this roundtable. So make sure you comment, leave some votes, and leave some thoughts in our forum there at the end. Yes, we also have a database too. So the database that we just pushed on our site, for those of you who use our trade pack calculator on the regular, you can go into the database, you can adjust and edit the cost that you want to personally assign to any item, and it'll automatically sort it then for your trade pack calculator. So when you're calculating costs, it'll be pulling from your database, and you can also just look through the database and see like every item that's in the game. Still a work in progress, but all right, guys, I get it. Yeah, sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, I'm not perfect.
We're all human.
Boomlissy, you are no longer my son. I'm disowning you. It's over. Will be much better when Marketplace API is released. Yes, very excited for API. Hopefully it's coming soon from the team. We're definitely going to be integrating that as well, and it's going to have Marketplace, so we're super excited.
I must say, this is a
Anything?
very great initiative that you
Yeah.
guys have started. I was like, first when I got a message, like, oh, what is this? I missed it. Like, oh, roundtable. I saw it on YouTube. I was like, that's perfect. Can't believe someone is actually contacting like guild leaders and other people, even from like smaller guilds, and like requesting feedback and talking. This is a very great initiative, and it's exactly what the game needs. I'd say.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. It's,
You
you
can learn
know,
a lot from this.
it's my pleasure. You know, I'm very passionate about the game, and you know, it's honestly something that's not possible without your guys' help as well. So I'm personally super grateful for you guys for joining me on the stage and supporting this endeavor, and then also the community members who are just fucking amazing. I mean, this really is one of the best communities in Web3 in my opinion. I think even maybe in gaming, because gaming is a very toxic space. But you guys are awesome, so thank you.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it, Jyrmz. And yeah, I just want to say that just from these 2 talks that I've joined you guys, I've learned so much, and I think it's a great tool. Likewise, just for people coming into the space that want to learn more about it, and that's why I'm here. To be honest, I don't have a lot to contribute as far as like information like you guys do, because you guys have been in the space much longer than I have. But definitely learning a lot from all of you guys. So thank you.
Our pleasure, fam. Mrs. Fam, thank you for joining. Any last words before I duel you guys and completely murk everybody here? Sorry, I mean, any last words before we close out the stage from our speakers?
Just appreciate you having us, Jyrmz. Appreciate what you guys do for the community, for the space. And then on the backside as well, you guys support a lot of creators outside of obviously doing these roundtables and stuff. You guys do a lot for a lot of streamers and creators and stuff. And just, it's very appreciated, bro. Thank you.
Our pleasure. I mean, hey, shout out to Foolish, who is running our RavenQuest.tools Discord
Absolutely.
account.
Shout out to Foolish.
He is
Legend.
like insanely hard worker, like one of the hardest working people I've ever effing met in my whole life. And this guy, you know, he's the one who
Shout out to
brought everyone
Foolish.
onto this stage, basically. So,
Yeah.
you know, shout out to Foolish for putting this all together, pretty much.
Yeah, Foolish
Yeah.
is the best.
Thank you, Foolish.
We need
No,
Nemos
you're
on
not
here.
allowed to talk, Foolish. You stay muted over there. Shh. Let it happen.
Yeah, we need. He's here in the chat.
Hell yeah, bro.
And thank you guys. I appreciate it. Shout out to Lico NFT. He's one of our best PvP players. And I'm also going to be live if there's anyone that wants to hang out and share some tips. I would appreciate it.
Sweet, yeah, guys, definitely check out Mrs. Fam's stream after this and
Give her a
help her
follow.
with the game. Yes, give her a follow.
Please,
all right,
thank you.
guys. Think let's close it out there. Unless any last words. Oh, who's this guy? Hey, go get him. Go get him. Where'd he go? Come back here, 90. We have to avenge.
Oh, he's 9 is
Avenge
there.
OSG.
We're gonna need to put a
he's
little
gone,
work
bro.
in. Yeah, he's
Oh,
out of
wait.
there.
Wait, he's here. He's here.
Dude, we have had a lot of fun
conflict.
fights with you
Oh.
guys at XP. There's so many of you.
Yeah,
wait,
I'm a
who?
big fan of XP. Honestly, they have a great group from Kaiser. All of them. I go.
Hey, thanks, guys.
It's fun
Try our
fighting them
best.
because not all of them are like super high level.
Oh, it's a dynamic. Oh, but I think you guys can't get up now. Wait, who's here? Oh no. Oh no.
It triggered me through.
Oh no.
All right.
nice.
Thank you
I just
guys.
want to-
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. We gotta close.
Bye.
I'm doing a dynamic now. GG's, guys. I'm gonna close
Yeah,
out the
guys.
stage. Much
just
love,
a reminder
everybody. Yeah.
before you go. Just a reminder. I
he's
told
here.
you to buy infusions last week. They are already up, so keep buying them because they're only going to go up even more.
That is a great tip. Thank you, Vitronics. Definitely
Absolutely.
buy infusions, guys. For sure. All right. Thank you guys so much. That was Roundtable episode 7. See you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Much love.
Of course.
Take care.
Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Are we killing him?